And we're back, and welcome back to my series of a Road to a Max Town Hall 9. Town Hall 9 is my favorite town hall, and it's also there's a little story that I can truly tell you about. When I was playing Clash of Clans originally, obviously I only had one account. I actually kind of had like two and a half, but I only primarily played on one of them. The other two were, yeah, exactly. You see, the person that sent me this message knows what I'm talking about. Like it was like I wasn't using them. Let's be fair. I was playing, I was chilling, like life was good, but like I was like cocking, but to an extent, I started getting bored of the game because there wasn't that much new content. Much of the new content was for the higher town halls, and back then there were only like 10 town halls, so progression was really hard. And eventually, I rushed to Town Hall 6, and somehow started recovering the rush all the way to Town Hall 8, and eventually I became a Town Hall 9, but everything became so long and expensive, and loot was so scarce. Like I'm talking like every raid you would get like 100 to 1,000 dark elixir, but a hero upgrade would take you like 80 to 90,000 dark elixir. It got to the point I had to use gems to get dark elixir, as if I was a free-to-play player, so gems was a big deal. Uh, let's be fair here. Let's be fair, it was miserable. So I eventually ended up quitting as a Town Hall 9 and only coming back like 3-4 years later. I'm lucky that I didn't take any longer than that. I'm pretty sure accounts older than 5 years kind of get locked and you can't log back into them. Well, not all of them, but many of them do. So I'm glad this didn't happen to me. And now that I'm back, well, the game is still nearly impossible for a free-to-play player at the higher town halls, but there's a lot more content for the lower town halls to make it fine. I mean, look, it sucks that I'll never be a max Town Hall 16, but at the same time, it's not too bad if there's other things I can do in the game. Like, if the goal of the game is actually to have fun and not to be maxed. So I guess that kind of shifted over time. It went from you need to be maxed to enjoy the game to you just need to play the game to enjoy it. You don't need to be maxed. Like, every town hall unlocks a whole new feature that is super fun and super cool. Like clan games, clan wars, clans in general. The Town Hall 3 is pretty slay. There's just so many new things, like the events and everything. It's just, I don't know. It's just when I came back at Town Hall 9, I was, I was flabbergasted. Which, like, there was so much to do. I was like, what? Like, was this the same game? But yeah, it is the same game, and I started participating in certain events and certain things, and I just kind of fell in love with the game again. I went from being like chronically addicted to cock, back when I was like 12, to disliking it and not even thinking about it for a couple years, to being chronically addicted to cock again now as an adult. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that is pretty important, a very important distinction to make. That I wasn't always chronically addicted to cock. It just came on later in life. I needed a break, and maybe I'll take a break again. Maybe I'll get to Town Hall 14. Everything will be miserable again, and I would just quit. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Clash Royale. Nah, I'm not going back to Clash Royale. Nah, that game gone. That game is dead. There's nothing to save there. But Clash Royale is just you. Like, I don't get why people play Clash Royale. I mean, the Clash Royale itself, like the game, is super fun, but the way the amount of resources and everything you need to do just to get that fun is not worth it. You have to grind just to match to someone that just paid $5. It's like in Clash of Clans, when you spend $5, you're not gonna be that much more ahead of a player that didn't spend $5. You may have one extra building, you may have one extra level, you may have a bit more loot, but you're not gonna be able to let's just say 1v1 the person, and suddenly you'd be like 10 times as strong. Well, in Clash Royale, you spend $5 and you pretty much beat the game. Like, you get like a billion cards, a billion books, and like a card level difference in Clash Royale is just too huge to neglect. So it's pay to win is what I'm trying to say. Clash Royale is just pay to win. Clash of Clans is less like that because when you pay, you don't get as much like progression out of it, and the progression that you do get doesn't make you impossible to beat. So yeah, well, I didn't talk about anything that was going on in this episode. It was mostly me ranting about Clash of Clans and Clash Royale a little bit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm trying something new every couple episodes. Just cocking, and yeah. Hope you had fun watching. Hope you had fun listening to my little story about cock. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.